Welcome back to the channel. Again, here at Moral Compass. I am blessed and glad to be with you today. Today's video topic is on the vibration of the year. Now, I have my notes ready. I have my notes on the side here. Um, and I want to say this is not really a replacement for the letra de año for people who are initiated into the Lukumi and Ifa faiths. Okay, this is just a vibrational read of the Odu and the signature and the number that's vibrating for this year. I know I'm kind of late because we're in May, but rather late than never, right? Okay, because my mission here at the Moral Compass is to bring you the wisdom of Ifa and the ascended masters, meaning the ancestors who have elevated and mastered their craft, and also a few of what we know in the West as ascended masters, in order for you to tweak your mindset and habits for effortless growth in your life and for you to flourish. Okay? With this year, we're vibrating with the number 4. And with that number 4, you have the Odu of Idi May. And that deals with the Holy Mothers. And they sit in the south. Now, when we deal with the cardinal point of the south, which is aka called the feet on the Pondifa, it is Ese Opon. That deals with your external reality. Don't mind my nails. I work hard. Okay. That deals with your external reality or the ability to manifest what you want in the outer world in the areas of health, your finances, your career, your job, your business, dealing with creativity, reciprocity, Lucy Progreso, and relationships. Most of the times, how I read the 17 main crossroads of his life, excuse me, is I start from the west, east, then I go to north and south. So I'm looking at all of the 4 cardinal points. So usually what's going on in the first 3 Odus, it's mainly what's manifesting or what's sealing in the 4th Odu, which is the feet, which is dealing with your external world. It's you preparing for the future. The South deals with everything emotional, like your emotion affairs, your platonic, anything that pulls on your heartstring, romantic relationships, what you're passionate about, and so forth. So anything to do with relationships, especially that are close to our hearts, that deal with our emotions. And one second. Sorry about that. Had a few distractions that deal with our emotions, our passions. And in the South is where we need to learn how to control our bodies, especially sexually. Having self control. The South is about learning how to have self control of our emotions and how to express our feelings without hurting others and also without hexing ourselves, having Lucy Progreso, without having Tokosa, without having the self fulfilling prophecies in the wrong way. We do not want to create resistance, aka Osogbo or EB. Okay? The South is also about releasing feelings of hurt and anger, because we have the Holy Mothers in the West, Oyokumei, right? We have Osamei, we have Irete Mei, we have Owanun Mei, and the Holy Mothers in the West, they tend to deal with, from my experience living it and my study of the Odus of Ifa, tend to deal with some of our darker emotions and what we tend to hide from the world, and how we can heal and bring so-called death to those emotions and make radical change, face ourselves, learn from the path, from our path, of course, Lucy Bogreso, from our past, right? Not let our past decisions or situations hold us back. Not allow for other people to dictate or their perspective of what's going on in our life to become our truth, right? And so that we can begin again in the East and have a proper mindset, look at things more clearly, adjust our mindset in order to change our behaviors, our habits, and the way that we deal with our emotions. Because in the South, you have Otuupomehi also, which deals with our emotional intelligence. And as we go through each reading and each video series, we get to learn how these Odus and their energies affect our lives and how we experience it, because no two readings, meaning if, for example, Jane and John both get, let's say, Idimeji, it has a similar vibration, but both people will experience it in a different magnitude and in the different way, but it's still the same energy manifesting in their life, if that makes sense. Okay. With the South here, with that cardinal point South, again, we have Idimeji Omehi, we have Okuramehi, we have Otuopomehi, we have Ofun or Orangumehi in the South there. And those deal with sealing the deal, getting closure, putting our lives back together, picking up the pieces, or restarting in a whole different way, getting committed, right? Getting that wake up call, learning and cultivating our emotional intelligence, and gaining that maturity and iwapele, good character, that we need in order to advance in our life. And intelligence, if you I've noticed, if you noticed also, that intelligence has to sit on maturity. It's not maturity on top of intelligence, it's the other way around. And one of my mentors, um Baba Femi, and I'm not affiliated with him, he ain't paying me. I follow his lineage and I resonate with it. Okay. And he was saying, he was giving the analogy of Master Jesus riding upon the donkey. Okay. And you can find more about Baba Obafemi on YouTube. He wrote a wonderful book. Next time I will bring it here. I study it also with my studies of Ifa. And he breaks it down for us people in the West. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. While I was channeling for the end of the year here and sitting in the energy and speaking to the ancestors about this year, the Holy Mothers were saying that this is the year of karma, endings, and sealing your faith for possibly the next 4 years, generally speaking, because you always have the power to change your path based on the decisions and the habits that you're making. Because Ifa says that's one of the biggest ebo that you can do, is to change the way you speak, think, and act. There's no need to keep doing adimus, rituals, spells, and part of the issue is certain way of thinking or certain way of doing things that was attracting that type of experience in your life. It makes no use. We need both. You need the feminine, which is the character, the mindset, the habit, and you need sometimes, not all the time, you need the spells and the sacrifices. So those two must work in conjunction with each other in order to bring about the change that you're looking for. Okay? And our job, as I wanted to put this disclaimer out here, because some people seem to not understand the differences between a priestess and a Ugan or Mambo, and other brujas, brujos in the ATR, because the ATR is very vast. The difference between a priest and a priestess, like you see mainly in the tarot, because that's one of the most popular divination tools, is that we're here to help you recognize the decisions and the actions that you have taken that has gotten you to this point, and what changes must take place. We can advise you, because at the end of the day, you have to apply the advice and the wisdom that we share with you in order to bring the changes. There's no woo woo magic, even though I am originally a from the Haitian voodoo path, but as a priestess, it's more about you bettering yourself and evolving and recognizing who you are, facing yourself, Osabe, in order to enact and to attract better experiences in your life and to learn how to discern better. Okay? So, moving on in the South here, and with this year of vibrating with a four, when the Holy Mother say about sealing your fate for possibly the next 4 years, not that if you're in a bad situation or what you perceive as a bad situation, that you're going to be stuck in it for 4 years. No, they're saying that this is the chance for you to take your life to the next stage, because this ends the major first cycle of the Odus, where it transitions into the next cycle, which starts with Irosumehi, which is becoming your own hero, recognizing the lesson, learning the lesson in order for you to take the next step. Okay, so the Holy Mothers are giving you a chance here to take your life to the next stage, where you have a chance to redeem yourself, Hirosumei, through learning the lessons of the past and finding out how you reign in your own world and commit to mastering it. With Idimehi, with this vibration, it's also the Odu of karma. So karma can be good or it can be bad, depending on it's complicated with karma. And that's going down a rabbit hole that I really don't want to go down. But it's on the surface, it's about our past decision and actions. If we've evolved, there's a saying in Idimeji, the Holy Mother say, I'm glad you learned the lesson, but you still gonna have to pay the consequences. So the law of cause and effect is here. Also with Idimeji, if you feel like you cannot be settled or you're moving from residence to residence, especially what's going on in the world at the moment, the Holy Mother's advised to move to your place of birth. So wherever state or city, maybe even country that you were born in, the Holy Mothers are advising, Ifa is advising to move there. And if it's not possible, Ifa is advising to move south, to head south, okay? Because this energy, these Holy Mothers sit in the south. With this year, we've seen issues, and we will continue to see issues with women's reproductive region, because the South, if you look on the body, that has to do with that. The womb, the reproductive organs, the legs, even though the South, that cardinal point is called the feet. Okay, but it's dealing with the women's reproductive system, the root chakra, feeling stable, feeling grounded, survival mode, as you can see now, Lucy Progreso, that we are all kind of wondering, okay, what's going on here? And our resources and how we can be more stable in life. Lucy Progreso. Okay. We already see that with the silent war. We already see these issues going on with the silent war that's going on between the transgender community and heterosexual women, with if they can give birth. I'm not going to go into that because that is very sensitive, and that's about people's choices and how they see themselves and how they want to live. That get more complicated into the soul, because some souls come in with that vibration when they were a woman in the past life, and they're still carrying on that vibration in this life. Okay, but I'm just going to go over these topics, and yes, some of them are very sensitive, and please forgive me. I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm just the messenger. Okay. Another big thing we seen, the big debate about pro-choice, the big controversy between the feminine hygiene, the honeypot, and also the big trial with the actress Amber Heard, and how she is behind closed door, that hidden, that Oye Kumei, behind closed doors, how her emotions and the self controls, there was some issues and some problems going on there. Okay. And we'll continue to see um, women, mainly two women, because when you study Edie Meji, it mainly has to do with two women and how you're dealing with that dynamic, whether it's partner and partner, mother and daughter, sister and sister, two women. It could be two colleagues, two leaders at the forefront and the debate. And it's when it boils down to, are you nurturing yourself? Is there a clash of that energy that is going on? Okay. And many others will come forward. So we'll see a lot of women issues at the forefront. All that was closed behind doors coming into the light, and judgment will be passed on them. That's logical. People will have their opinion of it, but the holy mothers will be bringing final judgment on these sensitive subjects for karma to go through. Okay, the holy mothers were also talking about the coming together or complete dissolution of the family unit. Okay, and because I know for the past millennia, past um I said decades, single mothers, and I know there's single fathers, has been very prevalent. And Iaia is trying to rebalance herself because both energies, both the masculine and the feminine energies, have to be balanced. And Earth will restore herself by any means necessary. Okay. Let me see here. Looking at my notes. Just looking at my notes here that I wrote down. The Holy Mothers we're talking about, this is the time to look more deeply at your life and see how you sealed your own faith in the path, in the past, Lucy Progreso, through your path. Okay, so we have a lot of, what path am I on? What route am I taking for my life? Through your decisions, your habits in the areas of work, relationship, and emotions here. And lastly, I wrote down here that the Holy Mothers, they're not playing with us. They want us to get our ish together because our way of life will be locked in for a certain time. So certain things, Lucy Progreso, are the foundation. Four legs. Anything with four legs, that number four is talking about our stability. So we want to build, Lucy Progreso, a stern foundation on which we can build upon. So if our foundation is stable, it doesn't matter if we have to start over or make readjustments. But at least we know we have sound and achievable goals, and we incorporate habits that are sound and firm. Okay? And so I hope this helped. For this year, it's all about our self control, dealing with our emotions properly, expressing our emotions properly in order not to offend others, but to make our what we're trying our point across, to get it clear. Okay, you can get your point across without being so offensive. Just because someone is being offensive, that's just showing you their character, and it's not a reflection of yours. Okay. I really hope this helped. I hope you are safe out there. We will make it through this. And Iboro Iboya, Ibocheche, I will see you in the next video. Stay blessed.